Turnovers, guys. That was obviously probably the big stat in this game. But Jordan, you and Devo had steals in that 11-0 run. You finished both off of the dunks. I think AB threw one of the passes to you. How big was that stretch in the game for you guys in a game that was just filled with turnovers? How big was that stretch?
It was big because, as you know, and, our team knows that when you get turnovers and you're getting down, you're dunking the ball, throwing lobs, like everybody wants to see that game. It gets everybody involved, not just us, but the fans, the coaches, like everybody's hyped for it. So it was a main focus of the game that Coach Musk talked about. So we went in and we executed.
Yeah, kind of the same thing he said. We get a lot of our momentum. We get steals and dunks in transition. So I think we got 2 steals in a row and 2 scores for Jordan back-to-back. And that was just a lot of momentum for us.
Follow-up for you, Jordan. Career high today, 18 points back-to-back, double-figure scoring games, perfect from the field. Please talk about your performance at both ends, but also offensively.
I feel like the whole thing was just possible just because, me and Coach Smart we'd watch film with each other, we'd study the other team, and we'd know that what their weaknesses are on defense and also on offense. So it was all just a part of his game plan, for real.
Did the last performance against Oklahoma maybe help you tonight, give you some confidence or something?
It gave me a lot of confidence. Also talking with Muss told me before the Oklahoma game, he told me just play with more confidence. And as soon as he told me that, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm finna turn up. I'm going to listen to him, just play with more confidence. If I'm more confident, then, it'll open up my game a little bit more for me and my teammates.
Is this the kind of Jordan Walsh you expected to see this season, last couple of games?
Yeah. Like you said, I think his confidence is just going up the last couple of games, and it's good because we need him to play how he's been playing the last couple of games. We've seen it kind of in spurts, like throughout the year, but now he's starting to put full games together. So,
Thank you.
Jordan, again, you got off to that hot start. First time you checked out, big ovation from the crowd. And then late, I think after you fouled out, another big ovation from the crowd. Can you put me in those moments? Like, what's that feel like as a young guy in Central Arkansas for the first time, just what that meant to you?
Yeah, so this is my first time in Little Rock. And obviously, like I've said before, we have the best fans. Like, everybody knows this. But, when you come out of a game, when you're forced to stop playing and you can no longer help your team on the court, it takes a little bit out of you. So to have the fans, support you and cheer for you even when you're off the court or when you're done playing, like it means a lot because okay, I can come back to the next game and continue playing. They're still gonna love me, and we can still support from the bench, but it's a little different though.
I guess for both guys, I know this was your first game here, probably your only game here, but Arkansas, I think Eric probably let you guys know Arkansas has struggled here, just 12-10, lost to Hofstra last year. How aware were you guys of that, and how good was it that you came in there and had a pretty dominating performance?
we were very aware of it. The coaches made us aware of it the whole week, and we were pretty uptight all week, just trying to make sure we came in here and did better than the last couple of years have been. So, we were aware of it coming in.
And how good does it feel to have a strong performance in Jordan? If you could hit on that too, when Anthony maybe.
You go ahead, Jordan.
Like Avery said, Coach Musk wasn't going to let us forget about that. Even before I committed to Arkansas, I watched that game and I was a little blown away. So this one means a lot to me too, as much as it does the fans and Coach Musk and Devo and Kamani and all those guys that were here last year. It means a lot to come out with a win too and be able to make it 13-10 instead of 12-10. So we love winning.
It was kind of fun. I thought it was kind of funny. You guys, it was 11:40 left. They called a flagrant foul, and Ricky went up there and hit the free throw, and then the refs huddled, and they said, oh, no, Anthony needs to be on the line. You went up there and knocked them both down. Ricky looked kind of upset. I guess he got that free throw taken away from him. But what'd you think about that whole deal? And did you know you should be up there?
No, I didn't know. If I knew it was supposed to be me, I would have been up there. But they pulled up the free throw percentages, and it was like, oh, Ricky had the best percent, so he's about to shoot. And then the ref was like, nah, number 0, you got to come shoot. So I'll take it. It's 3 points.
And then for both y'all, Devo, back in his home territory, he had 5 steals, I think, and he's been playing pretty elite defense. What'd you think of his performance today defensively and just what he gives you guys on defense really all season?
Well, I feel like Devo's identity is being like a crazy defender, somebody who can, really sit on the ball and get stops or play in the passing lanes and get stops. Along with that, he's a great offensive player as well. He's somebody we lean on when times get rough. Whenever they're pressing full court, we depend on Devo to sometimes bring it up the court and handle the pressure. And that's kind of like his job. And Coach must trust him. We trust him, and it just goes his way. It's Devo's game.
Yeah, I mean, Devo always plays really well on defense and plays super hard. And he had a lot of energy before the game, so we kind of knew he was about to go up there and lock up, maybe even like a little better than usual.
AB, you're kind of all over the stat sheet tonight. 15 points, 4 assists, couple blocks, couple steals. Just what do you think of your overall game? And then Jordan, what do you think about AB tonight?
I mean, it was a good game for me. It could have been a lot better though. I missed 4 free throws, and I also had 2 turnovers, a couple like bad turnovers. So other than those things, I feel like for the most part I played pretty hard and played pretty well on defense, and that just kind of opened up the rest of my game.
Avy's a little hard on himself, but I think he played great in my opinion. He was everywhere on the floor. He was being the point guard that we needed in this game. Obviously with the assists, also scoring and getting to the line 11 times. Like that's a big deal. And that's a big thing that we need out of our point guard, and we expect him to do that, and he did it, and we're not really surprised.
Jordan, can you explain what happened on the technical foul?
Okay, which one?
I guess it was a head tap.
Did you get ejected?
Yeah, 2 of them.
He got ejected?
I think so.
I guess it was a head tap. As you were going down, you were kind of tapping on your head. Can you explain what happened there?
Yeah. So my emotions get the best of me sometimes. And when JG dunked on that kid, it kind of like sparked something in me. And I was celebrating. I was tapping my head, looking at the dude, and the rest was like, "You can't do that, Jordan. You know you can't do that." And I was like, "Oh yeah, you're right." He said, "We're gonna have to give you a technical." I was like, "Okay, I understand."
Confidence is a really big part of the game for a player, but if you could set confidence aside, what's been kind of the biggest difference in your game the last 2 weekends?
I think the biggest difference is just trusting the work. I feel like our coaching staff and our GAs, they put us through great workouts that simulate the game, and me just going through those and doing those night in and night out, just kind of like when it happens in the game, you're just like, oh, hey, I just worked on this last night. Like, I'm going to shoot this, or I'm going to jab right, spin, and it's a bucket. It's guaranteed.
You guys had pretty balanced scoring across the board. Just how good is that when you got several of you in double figures, and Devo had a pretty decent scoring game? How big is that for you guys?
I mean, it's big for us. We got a lot of talented players, and there's only one ball. So when there's a lot of players scoring in double digits, that means we're being pretty unselfish, and we're just playing good basketball overall.
Yeah. I feel like it's a lot more fun when everybody gets a couple shots, everybody gets a chance to touch it, everybody gets a chance to show off their skill set. And while doing that, we also got the win, so that's the most important thing, of course. But having guys like Caden, Lawson, like us getting them in the game is the biggest thing for us. Like, that's the goal every game. Like, I want Caden, Lawson to play at least 8 minutes. I want to play 8 minutes. I want to beat this team by 40. Let's get them to 8 minutes. So that's the goal, and I'm happy with the outcome.
Thanks, guys. Put your hands